Good evening and welcome to The Experts, where we gather a panel of experts to discuss the latest headlines of interest to me. My first guest is Carl Delaney, a man whose daughter is currently at the prom.
Hi, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. That's the update on me. My daughter's at the Midvale Senior Prom, hopefully.
All right then. Also joining me is Jason Callahan, a man who's currently unemployed but who once met Robert DeNiro.
You talking to me? I'm just kidding. That's Robert De Niro said that.
Right. And finally, our last guest is an independent young woman who's grown up bilingual and without parental oversight. Please welcome Dora the Explorer.
Hola, Brian.
Hi, Dora.
Hola, boys and girls. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias.
Okay. First topic is the first gay president. Newsweek's coming out with a cover. Barack Obama's on it with a rainbow halo and the headline, The First Gay President. Carl, is Barack Obama the first gay president?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fun way to think about it. Here's the first president ever to stand up and say, you know, there should be marriage equality. What it makes me wonder, though, is like, is it possible that he's actually a gay person? Like, what if you never knew? Like, what, say, for example, this kid, Dave Sandmeyer, who took Amber to the prom, what if he seemed by all accounts to be straight? He took my baby girl, to the prom. What if he was gay? And it was just like a fun arts prom thing where, you know, it's like, just have some fun, whatever, you know, go to Denny's, call it a night. I pray that Barack Obama is actually gay, and so is Dave Sandmeyer.
Okay, Jason, Barack Obama, first gay president, or is this just empty rhetoric?
I mean, I don't know. When I get called gay president, it doesn't feel like empty rhetoric.
You get called gay president a lot?
Yeah, the kids in my neighborhood, they call me, well, they say president of gay.
Oh.
But it's the same thing to me. But I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. I met Robert De Niro once.
Really? Yeah.
And
that was your
that
bio.
guy's not a gay president.
No. He's a famous actor. Dora.
Hola, Brian.
Hi, Dora. Barack Obama, is he the first gay president?
No, Brian. Barack Obama is not gay. He has a wife, an esposa, Michelle Obama, Senora Obama. Also, I would like to say, me gusta rainbows. Boys and girls, do you like blue, azul, or red, rojo, better? Me too.
Stop and frisk in New York City. The police department says it's actually an effective policy. They've got a lot of guns off the streets as a result. But the civil liberties people say it's a violation of the law and it's racially biased. What do you think? Do you agree with stop and frisk, Carl?
Yeah, I do. I really think you need to, no matter what people look like, even a super clean-cut young man, like a young person who by all rights works in his dad's hardware store, I would love the right to be like, what do you got in those pockets? What do you got? You got a rag soaked in camphor? You know, like, what do you got? You got condoms? What do you got? You got a gun? You got the drugs? I don't know. So
I mean, of all the, to be honest, of all those possibilities, I would say condoms might be the most likely.
I am thinking.
And I don't have a daughter, but I'm just saying, you know.
You're on easy street, man. You do not want to walk into the hell where I live.
Jason?
Like, I don't know, if white people supposedly aren't getting frisked as much, I sure haven't felt the benefits of that. The cops stop me all the time just to make fun of what I have in my pockets.
What do you usually have in your pockets?
Oh, a mouse. I had a mouse. I have to steal mice from the pet store because I have a snake. And the snake's anorexic, so I can't even get the snake to eat the mouse. It's not even that, though. They just like making fun of me. But man, next time I meet De Niro, I'm getting his number. Because that guy could get me out of the jail like that.
How many times have you met Mr. De Niro?
So far, once.
Once.
Yeah.
And when was that?
This was back in '98.
98, okay.
Yeah.
Dora, do you think it's unfair to blacks and Hispanics, or do you think that it's great because it lowers the crime rate?
Well, I haven't had a lot of trouble with blacks and Hispanics. I have more trouble with foxes, specifically Swiper. Swiper, no swiping. So if they could stop and maybe frisk some foxes, that would make me really happy.
Okay, well, that's not the policy they have. They don't
but
actually.
Swiper steals stuff, Brian.
Swiper's a fox.
He swipes stuff.
in a cartoon
So
show.
why aren't we talking about the stealing foxes?
Because it's not contributing to the crime rate in
It
New
is
York
for
City.
me.
Swiper, it does not.
I don't want to
have-
talk about this anymore.
there's- Cartoon Fox has nothing to do with the crime rate in New York City.
Shh,
That's what-
Brian, no one likes to talk to you.
They do. That's why I have a roundtable discussion here.
Kayate, Brian.
What does that mean?
Means shh.
All right, moving on. Journalist, 30-year-old Sarah Tressler was working at the Houston Chronicle. She was covering the social beat, things like that. She was also a stripper on the side and blogged about it. And according to the Houston Chronicle, it was too much information. They didn't think it was a good idea to have a reporter blogging about stripping and being a stripper, so they got rid of her. Now she's suing for discrimination. She's got Gloria Allred on her side. First of all, what do you think of stripping as a profession, Carl?
I don't know. I'm down on it. I'm down on it.
So you're down on it as a profession. If your daughter came home and said, Daddy, I'm a stripper. I've been working at the Pink Pony or Cheetahs or Scores.
That's strip club.
Yeah. If she came home, she said, I'm working at a strip club, Daddy, what's your reaction?
I'd say, what did I do?
Nothing, Daddy.
What? You don't need to do this.
Daddy, I'm making $150,000 a year.
Dad, you keep saying money. What do you wouldn't want for anything? You have a 10-speed. You have everything. You can use the car whatever you
Daddy,
want. You
I'm
have an iPhone.
independent for the first time in my whole life. I'm independent, Daddy.
Independent or just immoral and wrong and just being touched.
What's wrong about the body? It's beautiful, and I'm proud of it.
That's
I've
a
got
sick
beautiful
thing.
body.
Don't talk to your dad that way. That's incredibly weird.
All right. Well, Dora, like that? All right,
Me
Dora.
gusta.
All right, Dora,
Yeah.
what do you think of stripping as a profession?
Brian, I have to say that Dora's personal opinion is what you do on the side should be your personal business. So if you're going to do something like strip or have other extracurricular activities like Dora has, don't blog about it.
Jason?
You know, you got to make choices in your life. You know, that's what being a good person's all about. That's what being a good actor is definitely all about. You got to make strong choices.
Right.
God, I remember this moment. There's this moment in Righteous Kill with Bobby DeNiro. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even say anything. He's just like, that's a choice. Like, that's an acting
Choice to not actually vocalize anything. He's going by a facial. Can we move on to another? You okay, Carl?
What else we got? Is there anything about like high neck dresses or anything like that? Or
No, I'm
ankle
sorry.
length dresses?
No. Fort Lee, New Jersey is issuing $85 tickets to people caught texting while walking. They've given 117 of them already. How do we tackle the problem of dangerous walkers, Carl?
Texting while walking doesn't scare me so much. If that was not a crime, that would be okay. I don't know if you know about sexting. It's like wall to wall, F this, and I don't understand it. I pick it up, I go in, I know the passcode, I look at it, it looks like gibberish. It looks like I'm reading The Matrix. Constantly like, oh, I'm ready, screenplay for a porno movie.
Oh dear. Jason, it's okay, Dory. It's
I
okay.
can take off the magical?
Yeah, it's bueno
Kids,
now.
everything's safe now.
All right. Jason, do you think it's okay for the police to be busting people for texting while
I
walking?
think the police are doing people a favor. You got to keep your eyes up. You got to be looking, you know, you don't know who you're going to meet out there. You don't know when your life's going to change in an instant. God forbid I had my head down that day, buried in some text. Nobody texts me, so I mean, there's no way it would have happened. But I'm saying, like, if somebody did text me, like if my grandma still texted me, for instance, I would have missed Robert, Bobby, DeNiro.
Dora, do you think the police should be out there busting people for texting while walking?
I agree with my new friend, my amigo Jason here, that I don't think we need cell phones. I mean, I have Senor Mapa, my fancy map, mochila, my backpack, and my amigo Senor Boots. Also, I'm 8. I'm not allowed to have a cell phone.
It's for the better. My son keeps asking for one, and the answer is no.
Don't do it.
Absolutely
Send him
not.
on adventures with his map.
With his map, see? Does your daughter, when did she get her phone?
She got her phone. She got her phone when she entered high school because we wanted to be able to keep track of her.
Okay.
This brings up an interesting point. Cell phones all have GPS in them. Right?
Yes, they do.
Maybe you give your kid a GPS cell phone and then you get like a low jack. You get like a low jack program. And then now I'm like, beep boop bop boop. Oh, she's at the Motel 6. I'll drive down there with a saw and just see what happens.
If I might jump in here really quickly.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to think that your daughter, did you say her name was Amber?
Yeah.
that she has her own mochila, her own magical backpack full of all the morals and values that you instilled in her as she grew up.
Yeah.
And you should just let her go on her own adventure. Let her be Amber the Explorer.
And if she disappears, you issue an Amber Alert. Just kidding. That's all the time we have for this week's BS of A. If there's anyone you'd like to see on The Experts, please email theexperts@gbtv.com or leave us a message on our Facebook page. And if you're not a fan already, just search for the BS of A on Facebook. See you next week for a brand new episode of the BS of A. Good night.